This episode of Dan 3.0 is brought to you by the HP DV7T with Beats Audio and the Smart Intel Core i5 processor.
Hey world!
Revision 3 username Chi-Town Mechanic submitted a task to the decision engine called Sing-A-Ma-Jig.
Going off what one of John Green's videos, you should obtain some Sing-A-Ma-Jigs and make a song with them by harmonizing and making melodies with them. To understand this concept, I would recommend watching John Green's video entitled Making Adorable Music.
Well, okay, so the first plan was to go to Walmart and just film the Sing-A-Ma-Jigs. That's a hard thing to say.
Film the Sing-A-Ma-Jigs there, and so we went there and we tried to do that, but as we were filming we got yelled at because you're not apparently supposed to film in Walmart, so we had to actually get a Sing-A-Ma-Jig. But then when we actually brought the Sing-A-Ma-Jig home, I had this extra burst of motivation and I decided to go totally crazy with all the editing. So I put a lot of work into this, and I hope you enjoy my Sing-A-Ma-Jig beat. So that was my Sing-A-Ma-Jig beat, but I'm actually looking for some other beats from you guys. If you make beats or are in a band and have some original music with no vocals that you'd like me to use in the background of an episode of Dan 3.0, you can send it to dan3.0@gmail.com along with all of your contact information, and if I use it, I'll plug you in the doobly-doo. Speaking of beats, this episode of Dan 3.0 is sponsored by the HP DV7T laptop with Beats Audio inside, and I'll jump on into the actual ad in a minute here, but as a part of this campaign, they want me to complete a musical task as submitted by you guys. Now, I told you about this a few videos ago, and I mean, you did what I told you. You went to the decision engine and submitted musically oriented tasks, and we have now narrowed those tasks down to 3 finalists for you guys to vote upon.
Should I write a short story and tell it to you through song? Write a song using found sounds like zippers, duct tape, shakers made from aspirin bottles, etc., etc., etc.
Or
challenge someone to a beatbox match.
There is a link in the doobly-doo to where you can vote. Now, take it away, Dan, with a beard.
Real quick before I go, I'd like to give a great big thank you to today's sponsors, HP and Intel. Throughout the history of laptop computers, the way in which people use laptop computers has changed throughout the history of laptop computers. And in this day and age, while we certainly still use them for word processing and internet browsing, they are as much our own personal jukeboxes as they are anything else. One huge drawback to a lot of laptops these days, however, is that they don't handle playing music properly. And I'm not just talking about the fact that most laptops have puny little speakers either. No, I mean laptops don't process music properly. See, music is all about emotion. Music is all about how you feel it. And if you're listening to your music on a crap-top laptop, I mean, you're not hearing the emotion and the music the way that the artist intended. That, however, is where the HP DV7T laptop comes in. Dr. Dre brought this problem to the attention of the fine folks at HP, and they teamed up to solve it, and they pretty well did. They came up with a line of laptops with what's called Beats Audio inside. This HP DV7T here has a built-in subwoofer for optimized studio quality sound, but this is about a whole lot more than just having a nice speaker. The way that these laptops actually process the music is different. This is about hardware and software. Also, with the built-in Intel Core i5 processor, these laptops won't even blink when it comes to playing the latest game, watching an HD movie, or managing your massive music library. Woo! HP and Intel.
Anywho, that just about does it for today's episode of Dan 3.0. Thank you very much for watching. Tune in again soon, and I will love you all the more for it.